Welcome. I've been expecting you.
Tall guy, long hair, beard and glasses. DakkyDak's doing food reviews. Tall guy, long hair, beard and glasses. Now sit back and watch me eat some food.
Welcome to another one of my food reviews. This time a little bit different. Now, in the past we have reviewed several different brand foods. We've done Reese's, we've done Dr. Pepper. There might have been another one out there that I can't recall at this very moment of time. Teas, for sure. But I thought, let's try something different for this food review. Instead of going the more branded approach for store brands that you would see on the shelves, like, Hershey's, Pepsi, Coke, all those sorts of things. Let's go for a more niche product. And by niche, I mean a collaboration, basically. So the food products that I'm reviewing in this video are collaborations between different companies and a little known YouTube channel that goes by Dude Perfect. I don't know if you've heard of them, quite small actually. Maybe one or two of you have seen their stuff before, so thought I'd give them a shout out here and do a little review of the stuff that they've been collaborating with other companies with. No, I'm just kidding. Dude Perfect is huge. Like, if you haven't heard of them, I'm honestly surprised. Now, personally, I'm a big fan of the dudes. My favorite, gotta be the Purple Hoser. Garrett, I'm always rooting for you. Now, the dudes have had quite a few collaborations over the years, but what I'm primarily focused on for this video is their food collaborations, which I only have a select bit because they've done a lot of collaborations with actual restaurant chains or like food chains, and we'll cover those real quick here. So one of their collaborations, they did a video on this, was with the chain Smoothie King. Now personally, I've never been to a Smoothie King. I can't rate whether or not it's actually any good, but I do have the inside scoop from my sister who has tried the exclusive limited edition flavor that they collaborated with Smoothie King with, and here's what she had to say. So there's that. The other collaboration that they had was with a food chain in, I think, mostly Texas area, but the restaurant is called Mooyah, which, holy cow, that is an awesome name. So the collaboration that Dude Perfect did with the Mooyah restaurant is that they had like a family pack of food that you could order. It was called the Dude Perfect Pack, and what it consisted of was 4 fully customizable Mooyah cheeseburgers with fixings and toppings on the side, a shareable family-sized portion of hand-cut fries, and 2 hand-spun little moo shakes, all for just the low price of $39.99. Honestly, that sounds like a good haul for $39.99. Like that would feed a family, I would say. Heck, I'd honestly go for that myself. My stomach would probably not forgive me for that one, but it'd be a good time, trying. So that's all of the Dude Perfect collaborations with actual restaurants. Let's get into the products that I have for this video. So starting things off, we're going to go over the only actual edible product that I have in this lineup, and that is Dude Perfect Jalapeno Bacon Pinto Beans. Made by the Serious Bean Company, which I'm kind of having flashbacks right now because I'm not 100% sure, that the Serious Bean Company was the same company that made the Dr. Pepper beans back in the first Dr. Pepper video. So very curious. It sounds really good. Like I don't get why beans though. I'll be honest with you on this one. I'm assuming it's because one of the dudes really likes beans. I'm not quite sure of the inside scoop with this one. I would assume probably Ty likes beans or something like that, and that's probably why they collabed with the Serious Bean Company. So jalapeno and bacon pinto beans. I mean, I would say that this is probably going to be pretty solid. It says mild heat, so we'll see how spicy it is. But I mean, it sounds like it's going to be good, so let's give it a little try. So the ratings for this video will be as follows. It'll be between 1 and 10 panda heads, because I feel like, that's relevant. So obviously, I have to give this the same treatment that I did for the Dr. Pepper video, which means we try it straight from the can first. All right, got my trusty spoon, and let's crack open the top. Now, I appreciate this can of beans because it has the pull tab on it. You'd be surprised how many cans I run into on a daily basis that don't have a pull tab on them, and that just, it just, why? Like, why bother? Like, surely it's minuscule amount of dollars to put a pull tab on your cans, because like, then I'd have to get the can opener, then I'd have to open it, and then it's just extra hassle. I mean, we're in the age of commodity. Why can't I just have a pull tab on all my cans? All right, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's see if I can get a satisfying can pop. Gotta make sure I get some actual bean action on here, not just the jalapenos. Oh! Okay. It's not that hot. It's really not that hot. But that smacked me. Those jalapeno, I think there's jalapeno, yeah, those little bits in there, that just smacked me in the back of the throat. But that's actually, wow, it's very mild. It says on the can, mild spice. That's pretty good. Just for being like straight out of the can, like, that's solid. Honestly, I wasn't quite sure what to expect. Cause like, I'm not a beans guy necessarily, but I do really enjoy it as like a side, you know, at a barbecue or something like that. Oh, excuse me. These are really good. I guess now I should probably try them warmed up, huh? All right, so here we have Dude Perfect beans warmed up. So, I mean, should change things up at least a little bit for it. It was good straight out of the can, so I imagine this is just gonna be better, so. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Wow. You know, personally, I judge my canned goods by how good they taste out of the can. And I would eat this straight up out of the can any day of the week, really. But if you have the time to warm it up in like a microwave, whew, that is delicious. You get the hit of the hot from the jalapeno, and you get the nice subtle flavor of the bacon coming in there, and it just carries itself really well with the beans. Unironically, I'm finishing this after the video. Wow. So, for a rating, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Starting off the video really strong with a 9 out of 10 on the Dude Perfect beans. These are great. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it. I mean, if I leave these here, I'm just gonna eat the whole bowl. But you probably don't want to watch that. All right, moving on to the next products. Ugh, my nose is running so hard right now. Okay, so the next products we have are, wait, there's something direly missing. A little palate cleanser. After those beans, I need something to cool me off. All right, so the next products that we have are really the whole reason that I even had the idea for this video in the first place, because I consume a lot of this product on the regular. And when I heard that Dude Perfect announced a collab with them, I was even more excited for it. So throughout the past couple years, I think, it might not have been that long, but throughout the past couple years, Dude Perfect has done a collaboration with the, I think they're called sports drink. I think they're sports drinks, Body Armor. And I really enjoy Body Armors just on their own. I really wish they'd bring back the caffeinated ones. I don't know why they got rid of those. Those were awesome. But when I heard that Dude Perfect had collaborated with them, I was like, yeah, obviously I'm gonna give their drink a try. And honestly, really good. So yeah, I kind of already have a little bit of a bias going into this, but we have 3 Body Armor drinks, 3 different collabs that Dude Perfect did with Body Armor. I've had 2 of them. The third one I haven't had yet. So this will be a never before seen, first time only on YouTube, I try this third and final flavor. So we'll leave that one for last. So the first flavor we have is what I believe to be the first flavor that they released. And that is the Perfect Pop Body Armor by Dude Perfect. Or Cherry Berry Ice is what the flavor's called. So right off the bat, I have really appreciated the aesthetics of the design on these Body Armor bottles. they just look really sweet. Like, they got the Dude Perfect's color palette on there, and with the addition of the logo, it just looks really nice. It's got kind of like a retro feel to it, honestly, and it's just, I don't know, I really appreciate that, and it's really neat. So the claim is that this is the perfect pop. I don't know what you classify as pop, Dude Perfect, but this is a sports beverage. This isn't a sody pop, or a soda, as we call it in the Midwest. I definitely probably got some flame for that because I call it soda, and I'm pretty sure most people in the Midwest actually call it pop, but you know what? I stand my ground. So they released this flavor first. It has been discontinued since then. These are all limited time flavors, except for the third one. The third one just released not too long ago. So if you see it and are curious, you could probably go buy it, but if it's been a while, it's probably not out there on the shelves anymore. I got lucky and I found this and I was like, perfect, I can make a video about it. So Cherry Berry Ice Dude Perfect Body Armor. Let's give it a swig. I already know it's gonna be good, and I already kind of have an idea in my head of what to rate it, but let's do it fresh. Let's get it fresh on the mind so that way I know that it's an accurate rating. The best way I can describe this flavor is, you know those bomb popsicles? The classic red, white, and blue bomb pops that you probably ate as a kid, but as an adult thought, yeah, those are too expensive, I'm not buying those. That is the best way that I can describe this flavor. So it's a really solid flavor. I mean, I could drink this on the regular. I'm sad that it's a limited time thing, but that just makes you appreciate it so much more, you know? That it wasn't here for a long time, but for the time that it was here, it's a good time. It's definitely a summery-like beverage. I could see myself drinking this on a beach to kind of like refresh myself after being in the hot sun, or you know, finishing up mowing my lawn and taking a swig of this and feeling refreshed. That's probably more accurate for me, actually. But yeah, Cherry Berry Ice Dude Perfect Body Armor. I'd give it a solid, you know, not to copy the beans, but I'd give it a 9 out of 10, to be honest. It's really good. If you can find this flavor, if by some miracle you go to like a wholesale food store or something like that and you find this flavor, grab it. It's well worth it. I know this isn't really necessary, but I also appreciate the ingredients that go into these body armors. There's still a lot of junk, I'm sure, but there's less junk than what you would typically see in like a sports drink or something like that. And I really appreciate that. And you know, personally, I like to know what's going in my body. I mean, being real here, I like my junk just as well as anybody else. But, you know, for something to have on the regular, I would have this on the regular. It's still got probably some junk in it. I don't understand half of these big words on it, but a couple key ingredients I noticed are missing from it that you would find in a typical energy drink or sports drink. And I just really appreciate that because there are better alternatives out there. And it's just nice to see it when big companies like Body Armor, which is owned by Coke, I think, you know, recognize that and put that in their product. It's probably because it's cheaper, maybe. I don't know. Maybe the dudes had some kind of swing into what kind of ingredients go into it, which, if that's the case, I applaud you guys for sticking up for that. That's pretty cool. So for the next body armor that we have to review is the second one that they released, I believe. I think the Cherry Berry Ice was the first one, and then either they released this in tandem with that, or they released this a little later. I'm kind of fuzzy on that detail. But the next flavor we have is pineapple lemonade. So right away, the aesthetics are just really pleasing to look at. Like, they keep the same detailing that a normal body armor has, but they change up the colors to make it reflect Dude Perfect, and I think that's really cool. So side by side, here's the Cherry Berry Ice that we already saw, and then here's the pineapple lemonade. So just even mixing up the colors just a little bit makes them very distinct from each other, and it's really nice. Not to mention the Cherry Berry Ice, you have the panda, the very familiar to Dude Perfect fans panda, and on the pineapple lemonade, you got caricatures of all the dudes, so that's pretty cool. So pineapple lemonade, I mean, I like pineapple, I like lemonade, surely this would be a good combination. Honestly, I wouldn't have even thought about putting those two together. Like, you mix, like, there's strawberry lemonade, and there's other kind of drinks that you mix in with lemonade, and that just makes sense, but like pineapple? Like, that seems like a natural mixture, but like I never would have thought of that until now seeing it on the bottle. So this one I have also had. So I already kind of know in my head what the rating's gonna be, but let's make it fresh. Let's make sure my taste buds are lining up to what I think the rating that this deserves. Crack it open. Nice. All right, Dude Perfect Pineapple Lemonade Body Armor, going down. It's got a nice sweetness to it. You can definitely taste the pineapple, and it goes down smooth like lemonade. And it's not too sour. Like, there's a lot of lemonades out there just a little bit too sour. This is more on the sweet side. Very tasty though. You know, for this body armor, I could see myself enjoying it while I'm sitting on the porch. You know, got my family around, got a nice little fire out there. It's nighttime, you know, we're just winding down and just having a nice little refreshing body armor. Courtesy of Dude Perfect. Good times. However, I will make the note, I do not rate this higher than the Cherry Berry Ice. I think they did a phenomenal job with the Perfect Pop. So for a ranking for Pineapple Lemonade, I give it an 8 out of 10. So not to dash it in any way, it is a delicious beverage, but I like the Cherry Berry Ice just a little bit more. So therefore, since that's a 9 out of 10, gotta give this an 8 out of 10. So for this last product, this is the first time that I'm trying this. And unlike the last two body armors, which are, I don't even know what to call this, 12 ounce bottles? Yeah, 12 ounce bottles. The last product that I have is a full-size 16-ounce bottle, and its flavor, sour apple. Sour apple? So I don't know about this one. Aesthetics-wise, great. Like, I love the zigzag that it's got going on it, kind of changing up the design a little bit and going with green, which isn't too typical for Dude Perfect colors, I don't think. Usually they're rocking that blue, they show that orange every now and then. So green's a little bit of a mix it up a little bit. But sour apple, I don't know about this one. Now, I'm a little bit nostalgic because kid me would be all over this, and maybe that's the idea. Because back in the day, I used to have this slushie that I would get all the time at this slushie stand, and it was sour apple. Delicious. As a kid, I drank that up every chance I could get. As an adult, it does not sound the most appealing. Like, the slushie shop is still open that I got it from, and I don't even know if they offer that flavor anymore, but I wouldn't order it again. My curiosity is there for sure. I like sour apple in my candies and such, but as a beverage, I don't know. But you know what they say, curiosity gets the better of you. So here we are. So without further ado, quick palate cleanser. And let's give it a try. See if I can get that aesthetic drink opening crackling sound. Ooh. All right, let's give it a smell first. Yeah, that's sour apple, all right. Now, if it's a sour apple as in like kind of like a Granny Smith apple, I'm well down for this. But I don't know. Let's give it a try. Ooh, that it? Yeah. Okay. I can rock with this. Absolutely. It doesn't taste like, when you imagine sour apple and think of like the candies and stuff, that's not the kind of flavor I'm getting here. I'm definitely getting that kind of Granny Smith apple vibe out of it. Like a little bit of sour, but a very specific appley flavor. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's not bad at all. I'm glad it wasn't as strong as I was picturing that it was gonna be, because, you know, thinking back to when I was a kid and drinking that slushie, that was very strong. So I appreciate that it's not like punching my taste buds with the sour apple flavor. It's quite pleasant. Now, as far as a rating goes, first time trying it. So this is fresh on the rating. Personally, I don't think I like it better than the other two flavors we've tried already. But it's not bad by any means. Like, I can see myself drinking this. I can't necessarily picture the environment that I'm drinking it in, you know. The Perfect Pop Cherry Berry Ice, I was on the beach. With the Pineapple Lemonade, I'm hanging out with my family on the back porch during an evening with a roaring fire. With the Sour Apple, I'm reliving my childhood days, realizing that I can't handle the flavor of an intensely sour apple slushie, and so I'm getting it out of a Dude Perfect body armor. I don't think that beats the other flavors in ranking though. So for the Dude Perfect Sour Apple Body Armor, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. Not a 7, not an 8, because that was the pineapple lemonade, but a 7.5 out of 10. It's good, but if I had the choice between this one or the other flavors, I'd probably grab the other flavors before I get this one again. But it's still a good flavor. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. So if you see this on the shelves, I absolutely recommend go ahead and grab it and try it for yourself. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. If you liked it, be sure to show me by liking down below. And if you would like to see more stuff like this, and as well as other shenanigans that I get myself up to, please consider subscribing. And as they say in Dude Perfect, pound it, noggin. I'll see you in the next one.